From a gentleman from the
Okay, EPA is gonna. There's a mysterious health illness in Southern California.
EPA would impose less strict standards here than
in Nevada.
Why is that?
Well, EPA is under a lot of threats, congressional and senatorial pressure.
All over.
Since 2010, they've gone through $1.5 billion in budget cuts. And this is because the fossil fuel lobby has a lot of money and a lot of power in Washington, D.C. So anytime the EPA puts out a new proposed safeguard or protection from a horrible toxic pollutant like mercury, they come under all this pressure from fossil fuel lobbyists and from Democrats and Republicans in Congress who get a lot of support from the coal industry.
And these are job-killing regulations, right?
And that's actually the opposite. What's interesting is when you have to upgrade a plant, you have to hire people to do it. When you have to clean up a waste pile, you have to hire people to do it. So if we can install and clean up Reed Gardner, that's good. They're going to have to hire people and put people to work to clean up all of the pollution or to install those pollution controls. So what's interesting is the EPA actually creates jobs when they set new limits to protect us from harmful pollutants like mercury.
NV Energy sent us a statement I want to read for our viewers. We can put it up. NV Energy will continue in its commitment to operate the Reed Gardner generating station in the best interest of its customers in compliance with all federal and state laws and in an environmentally responsible manner. We believe the Sierra Club's efforts here are transparent and have nothing to do with our projects intended to improve our existing operation and waste disposal practices at Reed Gardner. Sierra Club's intent through any channels and by any means necessary is to shut down the Reed Gardner plant. What do you say to that?
Well, when we look at the future of Nevada and the idea that we could spend hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not over $1 billion, keeping this aging dinosaur of a power plant, Reed Gardner, open, spewing toxic pollutants all over the Moapa Band of Paiutes, a native community, lives very close to Las Vegas, has suffered for a very long time. We think, is this the future? Is this the best use of our ratepayer dollars? Or should we be spending that creating jobs in solar, wind, energy efficiency here in Nevada, where we have the highest unemployment in the country?
But NV Energy would say that the regulatory agencies in the state and the courts so far, although this is still being litigated, have so far come down on their side. What do you say to that?
Well, actually, only 3 years ago, EPA fined NV Energy $90 million for a large number of violations at Reed Gardner. And when we look at the groundwater monitoring data underneath the power plant, this is what flows into the Muddy River, what goes into all of our water at Lake Mead. We find that a number of wells are totally out of compliance and have contaminants and toxins several times over action levels established by the Nevada Department of Environmental Protection. So we will continue to press NV Energy and press the state of Nevada to clean up and remediate this problem so that we can have healthy groundwater and healthy water for our families here in southern Nevada, and so that the Moapa Band of Paiutes can live a healthy life and breathe clean air.
All right, Mr. Swanson, we will be watching what happens next week with those EPA standards. Thank you so much for having me. Some of the best friendships are forged and biggest business deals consummated on the golf course. And now a national nonprofit is opening the links to young people from all backgrounds. We'll tell you about it.